at the historic Pico House, near Los Angeles' festive Olvera Street, where witnesses say they've seen the ghost of Pio Pico, the last Mexican governor of California, roaming the halls of the ornate three-story building. Once the jewel of a vibrant multicultural downtown, Pico House was built by the former governor in 1869 after he was swindled out of more than 500,000 acres of prime land by unscrupulous lenders, bankers, and scallywag lawyers. Long ignored by everyone except transient squatters and the occasional hipster, the city has announced plans to renovate the building to include an upscale French restaurant and an entire floor of offices for lawyers. According to eyewitnesses, that has the former governor turning over in his grave.
I was like on my shift finishing. I was trying to hurry. I was sweeping some stuff kind of like around the edge because I was tired. I had a long day and I didn't want to finish. So I was just putting it over there. And then I see this dude standing there and I'm thinking, dude, we're closed. Why are you here? And he's like, hey, yo, I'm Pio Pico. And I'm like, Pio Pico. And I thought, man, I'm getting like punked or something, right? Like my friends, I don't know, with like trick photography or something. They're like trying to mess me up, right? So I'm like, they're like, come on, chala, you're not Pio Pico, Pio Pico. You know, he like died 100 years ago or something, right? Because I was good in geography. And so then he's like, no, I'm back and I'm pissed, right? He's pissed for a lot of reasons because he's like, where are all the Mexicans at, right? I see nothing but piñatas and Aztec calendars and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. I mean, I'm not even from here, right? I'm more from the east side. And so I'm just like here. And why are you mad at me, right? And he says, look, man, I was the last Spanish governor. And now you got some guy that ain't even from this country, right? He's like, hey, I'm the governor of California. And I was like, hey, that's pretty good, yo, considering like you're supposed to be dead and stuff, right? And so I still didn't believe him, right? But then I realized I'm looking through him and I see on the other side of him my jacket. And I was like, that's crazy.
Were you afraid?
I was at first. I was afraid. But I was like, I went, you know, I was ready to just, hey, because you know what? Hey, man, I've been through a few things in my day, right? So, hey.
And then what did he say?
He says, I don't like what they're doing with my place. He says, I don't want a restaurant here. Hey, I want some paintings. I want statues. I want some culture from our people here. I don't want French bagels. He's like, there's French, there's Italian. Where are all of my Mexicans at? I said, that's what I want to know, yo, because I'm the only one working the late shift. Nobody wants to work here anymore. You scared them all off, man. You're making people pee left and right. And so what next, right? So we had a good conversation. He was cool with me. He didn't get all like, I'm a ghost. Because then I'd be like, oh, man, you haven't seen my mother-in-law. I mean, he was like, you know, those lawyers, I hate those guys. He says, you know, since Day of the Dead, that him and all his friends were going to come back and they were going to try to go and, you know, freak out the lawyers.
He actually said that.
He, like, hates lawyers, man. He's like, you know what? He says, if I could go and haunt every single one of them, like as if they were Ebenezer Scrooge or something, he says, I would do it.
What do you think he meant by that?
Man, it'd be like the Dias de los Muertos every day, you know what I'm saying, if it was up to this guy because he's pissed. They took all my land, they took all my stuff, they took everything I had, and I said, you know what? The same thing happened to my cousin because he had got someone that talked him into this like mortgage rate that he thought, oh man, this is great, I can afford it, it works good. And then like a few months later, it got real expensive, like twice, and he lost his house, you know? And so I said, you know, I can relate, man. And he's like, exactly, same thing. And I was like, high five, bro. High five, because that's messed up. And again, he's like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. He goes, it's been like that since the 1800s. It's like that now. 1880s, 1980s, music's different, lawyers are the same. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, the bottom line that he said was, we need to bring some Mexicans back up in here. And I said, I agree, especially some Latinas, because that would be cool.